Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Today, the movie I'm reviewing is Bennett's War. This movie is rated PG-13. It's 95 minutes long, and the Movie Review Mom grade that I gave it is a solid B. It's pretty good. While the plot isn't very unique, the story is still enjoyable and worthy of family-friendly view time. The movie is written and directed by Alex Rivello, and while it won't win any awards or blow anyone's mind, you'll leave the theater feeling inspired. And that's always a good thing, right? You can't pre-order the DVD yet, but I'm sure it'll be on Amazon and other stores soon since it had a very limited theater release. Some quick tips for parents are that there's some violence. The movie starts off in a war environment with soldiers. So there's explosions and destruction and people get hurt and that kind of thing. Um, there's some profanity and a few crude phrases and expressions and references to female body parts. There are some adult bullies, which is just ridiculous. But I mean, there are adult bullies, and some people get hurt doing various things. Some positive themes are family, perseverance, to never give up, and probably the biggest theme of all is that of just trying your best. Marshall Bennett is the name of the character played by Michael Rourke, and he says, "I can't just walk around defeated, baby." He's talking to his wife, and he says, "I got to be able to say that I tried." And like I said, that's the biggest theme, to just give it your best and to just try, to not just sit around and mope, but to really try. So some things that I really liked are, if you first of all, if you're into motocross, you'll enjoy some of the impressive race scenes. Now, I think I've ridden a motorcycle twice in my life. So some of these names and numbers or things won't roll off my tongue as if I'm obviously a big fan, but I thought it was still enjoyable and I learned a lot. For example, I didn't know that there was like, and maybe this isn't true, but I'm thinking it is, that there are branches of the military or groups of the military where they get around by driving motorcycles. Is that true? I don't even know. Back when the other movie came out, what was it called? 12 Strong. We learned about horses and soldiers that ride horses and are trained to do that. So that's why I guess I'm believing that this is a real thing. But anyway, so I felt like I learned about something. If it's true. Anyway, some other things I really liked are Michael Rourke. I thought he did a really great job as a soldier, as a wounded vet, as a motocross racer, and he has the most charming smile. His whole face lights up whenever he smiles, and so I really loved that. Actor producer Eliaf Shar did a great job as his loyal friend and kind of the comic relief sidekick type of character. He actually owns the GMC Cyclone that's shown in the movie, which I thought was pretty cool, and maybe that's how he got connected to the movie. I don't know. But I love it when directors throw in little tidbits of interest in their movies. For example, producer Christina Moore appears in a picture, like, in a picture frame as Marshall's mother. I love that rather than just some random person, that there's somebody who's significant. Um, Rivello chose the number 32 to be Marshall's number, that he wears on the back of his shirt, because it's his personal, or one of his personal favorite cars is the Mark IV Volkswagen R32. I don't even know what that is. I'll put a picture so you can see what that is in case you don't know either. And then I also liked Allison Page's feisty personality as Marshall's wife. I thought she was believable as a worried wife as well as a supportive wife. Now, some men watching this may just think, oh, she's so mean because he wants to do something and she's like, no, and she kind of causes a big ruckus about it. And men have to understand that when women get married, they're looking for security and safety, and especially when there's a baby involved. And that's just how women are. And of course, men are looking for other things, and which is one of the conflicts between husband-wife relationships, is that you come into the marriage with certain expectations. Anyway, that's why she's kind of feisty and apparently mean, because she's not letting him do what he wants, but she's trying to protect the security and safety of her own little family. Anyway, I don't want to give everything away, but she's supportive also. And anyway, I thought she was believable, and I thought they made a cute couple. Anyway, some things I didn't like are, first of all, the movie poster and the movie trailer completely give away the plot of the story and even the ending. So if you watch the trailer and you go, "Oh, well, that looks good," then you're going to enjoy the movie, even though you basically know what's going to happen. And that was the deal, was that the dialogue and the story are both super formulaic and predictable, because you've seen this kind of movie a million times before in like feel good sports movies and that kind of thing, although the ride is still enjoyable. So this is something that just kind of cracked me up, and I don't know if I'd put it under something I didn't like, but it just made me laugh every time. So, like in sports movies, you'll see that the kind of from a distance, you'll see the action, and then it'll give you a close up of the athlete and he's grunting or looking determined or something like that. Well, so they have that in this movie. Like I said, it's very formulaic. But what was funny is you see the motocross drivers and they're driving around, and then it'll do a close up of him. And of course, he's wearing his mask and helmet and, the whole thing. So you can't see anything on his face, no facial expression or look of determination, which just made me laugh every time. And of course, it would be ridiculous to take all that off just so that you could see his facial expressions, because he needed to wear that during the race. That's the believable part. But again, I thought it was so funny when it would cut to him, and this is what you saw. And it was all helmet and goggles and stuff. Anyway, okay, so got to get the pillow out. That's my movie review in a quick nutshell. And if you want to read more about what I think about this movie, go to moviereviewmom.com and you'll see a bunch of the funny lines and interesting lines that I wrote down that I heard in the movie that I thought were worth noting. And be sure and ring this little bell when you subscribe, and that lets you get a notification every time I post a new video. And I hope that you enjoy this movie. I think that you will. And I'm always grateful to have PG-13 options for the kids and for families, right? Because there's just so much rated R stuff that's inappropriate. So I love going to the movies, and I love being able to go with my kids and not be embarrassed. And so this is a good one that I think that there are a few moments where you might go, "Oh," but overall, I think it's generally a good movie that's appropriate for kids. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you do, be sure to write down your comments below. I love it when we get good conversations. And thank you again for subscribing. Bye for now.